So let's talk about this one more time, right? We are getting into Burkina Faso's economy a little bit. I did some research, and you guys know how we do it on the channel, right? We try to look for economic development, economic opportunities when we are leaving the West, right? And it's okay to just like go to Africa, but at least I try to make your landing a little bit easier. You know, when you get there, I give you some information that you can take with you. So when you get there, you know, okay, well, these are the sectors that I need to look into. Because, like, you know, guys, many of us go to Africa and we don't do research. We don't know. We just go over there willy-nilly and we don't really know what we're getting into. So at least if I give you this information, you go over there, you can have an idea. And you can say, okay, let me look into this product or let me look into this opportunity, right? So Burkina Faso, guys, you know, you can talk about gold, you can talk about mining and minerals, right? We are not focusing on minerals. We are focusing on the agriculture sector because I believe the agriculture sector has a lot of opportunity. It is true. And the agriculture sector is safe to put our money into. You do not have to be a farmer when you're looking at the agriculture sector. You can buy machinery that you can loan to the farmers or you can rent to the farmers of time of cultivation, time of harvest. You can get into the agriculture sector. You can buy like produce, you can buy whatever commodity and look for buyers in the West. We are from the West, and it should be easier for you coming from the West that you look for the market in the West. You know how it's done. So you go over there. At least now, if I give you that information, which we're going to talk about, you can choose one product on this list and you can say, okay, let me look for a buyer. Even before you leave, you look for buyers. You look for companies that buy those commodities. You understand? And you try and, you know, have a line of communication open with those companies so that when you go over there, say, okay, this is what I'm looking into. And you try and figure out where to buy those like product, where to source it, how to export it. So I'm trying to give you, for lack of a better word, well, let's say I'm trying to give you a running start, right? This is the African Zombie. Welcome to this YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, karibuni sana. Habari ya asubuhi, habari za jioni, suko mwema, suko vipi, wherever you are, guys, wherever you are in the world, I welcome you. I thank you guys for being here. I thank you for continuing to support this channel. I thank you for watching the videos, guys. Let's get into it as I break down some of the opportunities in Burkina Faso. Just as we talked about in Benin, right? Burkina Faso is a major exporter of cotton. After gold, cotton is the second largest export for Burkina Faso, right? So you guys know about cotton. You know cotton is in like high demand all over the world. You know about, you know, cotton is found in your clothes, in your bed sheets, whatever, that which we talked about in Benin, right? So you go to Burkina Faso, guys. If somebody says about cotton, cotton is the second largest export commodity for Burkina Faso after gold, right? Cotton is a vital source of export earning for many West African countries. We talk about it, Benin, Togo, whatever, yeah? For many West African countries. Burkina Faso, largest cotton exporter is Sofitex. So right there, this is a company in Burkina Faso that export. They are the largest exporter of cotton in Burkina Faso. You can research them, right? Find out how they do it. So at least you have an idea, right? The government support cotton producers by subsidizing cotton prices, fertilizer, and seed. See, the government realized how important cotton is to the economics of that country. And this is what government should do. You understand? When you realize this commodity brings in money to our country, let us put resources into that product, into that commodity. Right? Let us help with like fertilizer, seeds, educate the farmers, because that sector, it is important to the economic development of the country. And at least Burkina Faso realizes it, and they are subsidizing the producers. They give them like fertilizers, and they give them the seeds. So just imagine you go to Burkina Faso, you set up a nice farm, you may be able to get subsidies from the government also, because you are benefiting the economics of that country. You understand? You are helping develop, you are helping bringing income to that country. So who buys cotton from Burkina Faso? Who buys cotton from Burkina Faso? Switzerland, $153 million worth of cotton last year. Cote d'Ivoire is in like West Africa, $83.1 million. Singapore buys $64.9 million. China buys $50.2 million. And America buys $37.5 million worth of cotton from Burkina Faso.
How we make dried mangoes. They are selected the most delicious mangoes in Vietnam. Then the sap peels off the shell. Cut into pieces like this. Rinse thoroughly with water. Followed by confection. Then put it in the oven to dry. Division and Cashew.
So let's get into this. Burkina Faso is a major exporter of mangoes, fresh mangoes, and dry mangoes. And this is something we talked about before, right? I talked about a business opportunity, dehydration of fruits, right? But in Burkina Faso, we are concentrating mainly on mangoes, okay? So buyers from like dry mangoes and fresh mangoes from Burkina Faso are Germany, the Netherlands, England, France, Switzerland, Italy, Japan, and even here in Canada. Okay, companies who buy fresh and dry mangoes from Burkina Faso. It's a company called Burkinafaso. Guys, I'm giving you like companies. I give you the like countries who buy mangoes from like Burkina Faso, because you know it has to do with trade. So if there is trade agreement with those countries, they buy like product from that country. For example, like China just opened up buying avocados from Tanzania. Before that, Tanzanians could not ship avocados to like Tanzania, but now there is a trade agreement in place, right? So you look at the commodity and you look at if there is a trade agreement with the country in Africa that you are moving to, and you look for buyers. You can go online. I like did a video on how to export, how to like set up your export business, and how to find buyers for your your commodity. I did a video that like a couple months ago. Yeah, you can do that, guys. You can go online and you can do your own research, right? There are websites that you can go where you can find buyers, right? Even on, like an Alibaba, India Mart, all those places, guys. You go and you can find buyers for your like commodity that you want to export. Yeah. So there is a company named like Glosad. I'm giving you those like companies who buys from Burkina Faso. Do your research, guys, and find out more. Okay. HPW, and there's a company here from Umona, right? These are the companies that buy mangoes from Burkina Faso. So if you're looking to get into the dehydration business, and something that I would encourage you, yeah, if you want to go to Burkina Faso and you want to get into a business, yeah, guys, fruit dehydration, get a fruit dehydration machine from China. You can get a really good one for, let's say, like $2,000, right? To start. So that's a good range. There, 1,000, but let's say like $2,000 range. You get a good machine, dehydration machine from China. You learn how to dehydrate fruits. There must be, because if fruits, dry fruits, it's a major export commodity from Burkina Faso, there must be people there that know how to do it. So you go and you poach 1 or 2 people to come work for you. You don't know how to do it. You have the capital that you can get the machine, that you can set up the business. You need the expertise. So you go, guys, you poach 1 or 2 people to come work for you, someone that knows how to source the mangoes. And this is what we talked about earlier before. You can get some young person from university who is educated, who has who knows how to speak English, and then you get somebody who worked hands-on, who knows how to do the dehydration of the fruits, how to slice it, how to prepare it, how to slice it, how to dry it, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And you yourself look for buyers, or you can find someone else that look for buyers for you. You contact those companies that I'm giving you. You'd have to send them samples, right? So they will ask you to send them samples. That's what you do when you're exporting stuff, right? Most of these companies already have an account with DHL, UPS, FedEx, whatever, yeah? So you are not paying to send the samples. They want the samples, you ask them for the account that they have with those shipping companies. They will give it to you. You like prepare the samples, you ship it to them at their cost. And another thing, if you're exporting stuff to other countries, other companies, whatever, you don't have to really put up your money up front for shipping costs and whatever. Some companies would like put up 70%, but we're going to get into that, break it down and get into that into another video. That's a topic for another video, guys, right? Let's continue.
Sesame seeds processed, 95% purity, ready for export.
So let me tell you. So Burkina Faso, guys, also export sesame seed. I didn't know that. They export a lot of sesame seeds, guys. And countries, the Chinese use a lot of sesame seed oil, a lot of sesame seeds, like a lot of sesame products, yeah? So the Chinese are the world #1 like consumer of sesame seeds. Any type of product that come from sesame seeds, right? So China buy sesame seeds from Burkina Faso. And that's another thing, because when I research this commodity, yes, sesame seed, a lot of raw material is being exported from Burkina Faso, Africa at large. So just think about it, right? you're into sesame seed farming. After a while, you can brand your own product. And instead of shipping out the raw material, you can process some of the stuff in Burkina Faso and export it. Right? Not only sesame seeds, a lot of products from Africa, the raw material that leaves Africa, and we don't add value to the product that we send out, right? So China buys sesame seeds from Burkina Faso, Turkey buys sesame seeds from Burkina Faso, Japan, India, and the European Union. So once again, guys, you go to Africa, like I'm saying, you don't really have to be a farmer to get into the agriculture sector. You can get a machine that for harvest, for like cultivation, that will plant the seeds. Most of the farmers maybe don't have access to those machines. You lease your machine to them, they pay you, you get money. When it's time to harvest, you have another machine, just like cotton, right? You have another machine that harvests, you lease it to the farmers, they pay you. Or if you really want to get into the thing, and you really want to put your hands in the soil and get dirty to be a farmer, which is, I mean, this is like therapy to me, you understand? But if you have the capital and you want looking for business opportunity, you want to get into farming, guys, you farm, you export your own seeds, you look for market. Okay, sesame seeds are a valuable source of vitamin B, and I didn't even know that, because personally I don't like sesame seed, you understand? If I happen to have a bagel and he has sesame seed, I pick out all the sesame seed, but I'm just realizing that the importance of sesame seeds. It's a valuable source of vitamin B, iron, and copper. They are used in traditional cuisine and modern food processing, right? So there again, I give you the countries that buy sesame seeds from Burkina Faso, like we talked about before. There are trade agreement in place, so you can look at those countries. You can look at buyers from those countries for sesame seed if you want to get into sesame seeds. Guys, I'm giving you the opportunities. So when you go to Africa, like I said, I'm giving you a running start to make it easier for you to look for business opportunities in Burkina Faso. We are concentrating on the agriculture sector. Yes, there are other sectors. They are in financing, in healthcare, in minerals, whatever. Yeah, but on this video we are concentrating on the agriculture sector in Burkina Faso. So here we go again. Cashew nuts. You love cashew? You know how expensive cashew is here in like North America? In Tanzania, guys, I eat so much cashew in Tanzania. I love cashew. Especially when we are traveling and those guys come on the bus with the, just to sell. I buy cashew, guys. I love cashew. I eat a lot of cashew in Tanzania. Yeah? So cashew nuts. Burkina Faso also export cashew. Who buys cashew from Burkina Faso? United Arab Emirates, all those countries in the like UAE. They are a major buyer of cashew from Burkina Faso. Singapore, like Togo, which is right next to like Burkina Faso. And that's another thing we're going to talk about, because Burkina Faso is a landlocked country. So we talk about transportation, but we're going to get into that video down the road. We talk about the trucking business in Tanzania. Now because Burkina Faso, and I'm learning more about Burkina Faso as I do my research, it's a landlocked country. So when you're talking about logistics and transportation, that's another good sector to get into in Burkina Faso. But like I said, this video is about the agri sector. Okay. Belgium, India. India is the world's largest consumer of like cashew nut. They grow like a lot of cashew in India. They cannot get enough. Just imagine India over 1 billion people. So they cannot stop buying cashew. They use a lot of cashew in the traditional ceremony stuff. They eat a lot of sweets. They consume a lot of cashew in India.
Women in West Africa have been turning shea nuts into butter for centuries. They first wash the seeds and let them dry for a week. They crack the nuts into smaller pieces with a brick, then roast them over an open fire until they become fragrant. She grinds the shea nut pieces by hand. It's all hands on deck when it comes to mixing the shea paste. They do this for 1 hour to get the right consistency. Water activates the butter. Slowly, it separates and floats to the top. Acuna melts the butter in another fire. The shea oil will cool and be sold as unrefined butter.
Shea butter. See. This is how the women are doing it the old-fashioned way, yeah? But just imagine, like, ladies, you guys know a lot about shea butter. You go into the like beauty place where you guys go and you see the shea butter like product. You buy lotion, the shea butter, and I didn't even know that. As I do my research, I'm realizing that shea butter are like sometimes in like lip balm, right? So the shea seed, the shea tree in Burkina Faso, it's a very important. It is referred to as the women's goal because women are the one that mainly deal with anything that has to do with shea butter and like processing of shea butter, yeah, in Burkina Faso, right? Shea butter is a high quality, naturally renewable raw material. It is used in cosmetics, soaps, and food. I find that strange. Food. I didn't know that. If you guys know how shea butter is used in food, let me know because I didn't research how it's used in food, but that's what it says here, yeah? Companies that buy shea butter from Burkina Faso. Olvia. Agrifaso. And I'm thinking this Agrifaso might be a Burkina Faso company because of the name Agrifaso. Burkina Faso Agrifaso. Beresdorf. Beresdorf, that sounds like German or like Swedish, like Switzerland, you know, one of those countries there. Uses shea butter in many of its products. So Beresdorf, I think it's a cosmetic company. They use shea butter in many of its products, including lip balm and body lotion. So yes, there might be a cosmetics company. I did not research the companies. I just find out the companies that buy, who have trade agreement with Burkina Faso. So at least I can tell you when I give you this information. But like I said before, guys, it is up to you to do some of the research, right? All right. So other product that is grown farm and exported from Burkina Faso are peanuts, sugarcane, sorghum, millet. You know, millet is used to make porridge, you know, like millet flour and all kind of stuff, right? It's used to make porridge, and maize, you know, corn, right? Which we talked about before. There was a shortage of corn and maize in Zambia. The like poultry farmers was suffering. So these are all stuff, guys, that you can do. If you want to get in maize, you can get the silos and you can store up the maize at you buy maize cheap at like harvest time. I'm giving you guys information. You buy maize cheap at harvest time. You have your silos. You can store them up in there. And when maize is scarce on the market, the price goes up. You bring your maize out into the market to sell. This is some of the business opportunities to do with the agriculture sector in Burkina Faso. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Give the video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Peace and love. Until next time.